Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Luz Maria Frias, and I serve as Director of Human Rights and Equal Economic Opportunity for the City of Saint Paul. We're here to congratulate the participants of Saint Paul's Road to Success initiative. The Road to Success is an investment in our residents that will change their lives in ways that weren't readily available before we implemented this program. We have provided them with career opportunities that many hadn't imagined or otherwise would have attained. The Road to Success is a pilot project that provides free training and testing for 50 low-income individuals seeking a commercial driver's license. The response and request for participation far exceeds the initial class of 50 recipients. I am working with the philanthropic community to implement future classes to accommodate the community demand. Training takes place in 2 phases. In phase 1, participants receive classroom instruction to help them prepare to take the Class B commercial driver's permit test. The participants learn about the commercial driving industry and positions available to individuals with a commercial driver's license. There are currently 213 city employees working across various departments that have commercial driver's licenses as part of their job classification in nearly 40 jobs. Representatives from our Human Resources Department and our Public Works departments are here today to showcase opportunities within city departments during the resource fair that follows. Program participants will also learn about more than 75 private sector job titles such as delivery jobs, bus driving positions, and construction equipment operation, as well as food truck operation. Upon obtaining their Class B commercial driver's license permit, participants who desire to become independent truck operators will begin phase 2. Phase 2 will focus on accessing employment opportunities related to the Central Corridor Light Rail Transit project. During this phase, participants receive custom-tailored construction training and behind-the-wheel training before taking their Class A commercial driver's license test. After completion of phase 2, commercial driver's license participants will have access to a $400,000 revolving loan fund through our partner neighborhood development center that assists them in becoming independent truck operators. Eligible expenses under the loan include the purchase of equipment, tires, license tabs, insurance, and so forth. This fund was established specifically to build capacity among low-income commercial driver's license alum to become ITOs and work on the Central Corridor and other trucking opportunities. At the start of the program, this will help 26 individuals obtain loans at $15,000 each. Since it is a revolving loan, it will be replenished and continue to help more individuals in the community. I'd like to recognize our partners and thank them for their support. Please hold your applause until we go through the list. MBE Inc., Midwest Construction Group, Neighborhood Development Center, the YWCA of Saint Paul, and Housing and Urban Development Partners. Please help me in thanking them. I had the pleasure of working on Mayor Coleman's staff for 3 years prior to joining his cabinet as a department director. When I think about Mayor Coleman's leadership, there's a quote that comes to mind from Henry David Thoreau. "The world is but a canvas to the imagination." Mayor Coleman encourages his directors and staff to think creatively about serving the people of Saint Paul. Business as usual isn't good enough. It's about doing the best job to get the best results for our residents. It's this leadership style that helps us create innovative initiatives such as the Road to Success. Please help me welcome Mayor Chris Coleman.
Thanks, Luz. You know, I'm sure it was George Latimer that taught me early on that the most important thing that you can do as mayor is hire really good people and then get out of their way. So I knew that when I hired Luz, not only for my office initially, but then to be the director of the newly formed Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Department, that I just needed to get out of her way, and she would do incredible things. So first she put together this nationally recognized EMS training program to give low-income folks, people of color, an opportunity to get into a trade that they might not otherwise be able to, give them an opportunity to eventually hopefully get into our fire department as an EMS personnel. But then she came to me with this idea, and in some ways it seems so simple. It's kind of hard to imagine that we really haven't thought about it before. But a long time ago, we made a commitment to make sure that the people that were going to be working on the Central Corridor would reflect the community that that corridor was running through. And it's not always easy to do that. But here was an opportunity for us, through great partnership with the Y and others that Lou's just listed, to really be able to take a simple idea and turn it into a chance for not only this class of 50, but a whole, I think, more and more folks, once this program proves itself, a real opportunity for people not just to have living wage jobs, which are important, but really, when you think about it with the revolving loan fund and other things, that this is a real chance to build wealth, to build generational wealth, to make a really huge difference for the families in our community. I'm so proud of this idea. I'm so proud of the work that Luz has done and all of the folks in her department. But more importantly, how the community itself has come together. It is Billy Collins with the Y, who is always, as I was just saying to Billy, if there's a great idea going on in the city of St. Paul, somehow Billy is near it. It's partnerships with Councilmember Carter, who's really, just always trying to think about how we can do things better and how we can be more inclusive. It's having folks like Bob Perry, who you're going to hear from in a little bit, a contractor who said, you know what, I can really make a difference. I can really start bringing some people on board. You get them the licenses, we're going to get them the jobs. They're going to be driving trucks like that on the Central Corridor. They're going to be making good money. They're going to be providing for their family, and they're going to be making a difference for years to come in the city of St. Paul. To all of our partners, to Luz again, thank you so much for this great idea that has finally come to fruition. We've had our first grad officially this week, right? We have a few more that are scheduled to take the test later on this week. So this is a spectacular idea. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your work. And let's go forward together as a community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. In planning this event, we were talking to some of our partners, and we're fortunate to know that HUD stands behind the work that we do in so many different ways and has been very supportive of the work that we do in the city of St. Paul. And one of our partners locally suggested, well, maybe the Assistant Secretary would be interested in coming in. And we just were thrilled to have Assistant Secretary John Trasviña join us. I'm going to just take a couple of minutes of your time and give you more information about his background. Before joining the Obama administration, Assistant Secretary Trasviña served as President and General Counsel of the Mexican-American Legal Defense Educational Fund, also known as MALDEF. He earlier worked for U.S. Senator Paul Simon as General Counsel and Staff Director for the U.S. Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution. In 1997, President Clinton appointed Mr. Trasviña as Special Counsel for Immigration-related unfair employment practices. Assistant Secretary Trasviña is a native of San Francisco and is a graduate of Harvard University and Stanford Law School. Please help me welcome Assistant Secretary Trasviña.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to be here with you and to salute the leadership, not only of the mayor, but of staff, but of the new first class on this program. This is critically important. Now, we can do all the things we do in Washington, D.C., pass laws, hopefully pass budgets, write regulations, but here's where the reality is. My office is the Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity. And this is the reality, what you're able to accomplish with this program. Fair housing and equal opportunity. 43 years ago today was the day in Memphis when Dr. King was assassinated, fighting for workers. And within a week, when there was so much turmoil and cynicism and fear and just so many concerns around the nation, President Johnson turned to African-American leaders, mayors, urban leaders, leaders of faith, and said, what would bring the nation together and what would bring the nation forward? Well, it was the Fair Housing Act. And that is the law that I am proud to enforce with Jamie Pedraza, our field office director here on fair housing. And there's a direct link between fair housing and equal opportunity and the importance of being able to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient for yourself and your family and your future. This program, the first 50 graduates today, and then in the next phase. And I'm so pleased also that the YWCA is such an important partner here. The Y has been fighting for over a century for the rights of women and the rights of racial equality. They were there 100 years ago in New York in Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire, when so many immigrant women and girls were killed in industrial deaths. because of a fire, because of the way their employers treated them. So we have today an opportunity and a real partnership bringing together people who want solid jobs to be able to be self-sufficient, being able to remove the barriers to some of the cost barriers to getting this kind of training, and then ultimately for people, for the jobs and on the Central Corridor, the people there are going to be playing a central role in that construction and the new generation, the new destiny, and the new future and the new face of this community. So I'm very pleased to be invited out here today, and I applaud your success, and you will have a partner in HUD in Washington, D.C. To make this a reality in the next phases as we go forward together. Thank you all very much.
Thank you all for being here. I would certainly echo all of the comments that have been made earlier. Certainly the comments about Billy being involved in some of everything good that happens in St. Paul, I would add, or about to get pulled into. And he's not the only one here, though. I mean, as I look around, I know a lot of people that I see that I know from our work to build our new Department of Human Rights and Equal Economic Opportunity, that I know from our work to make light rail work for St. Paul and to put people to work on the light rail as well, and about our work in the Promised Neighborhood, which I think is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for this community and the people within it. Ultimately, the Promised Neighborhood work is about connecting people in our community to opportunity through education. It's very simple. There are a lot of people who think that and would argue that that's not the role of a city. I think, and I'm very proud to work in partnership with a mayor who knows that there is no more important job of a city to do than that. I'm very proud of this work. When I came into office 4 years ago, there was a conversation raging in our city about the city's role in making opportunity available for people who live here, who work here, and who own businesses here, particularly as it relates to people of color, to women, and other people from disadvantaged backgrounds and disadvantaged business enterprises. We went to work and created that Department of Human Rights and Equal Economic Opportunity. I was proud to have a role in building that department and in the selection of a phenomenal director for that department, Luz Frias. Can we just give her a round of applause for her work? Government gets criticized often for the snail's pace at which we do business. But I'll tell you, that EMS Academy the mayor talked about, Luz came up with that idea, and she put it together, found the funding, and went from concept to implementation in what, 6 weeks? Something like 6 weeks. This program is on a similar pace, you know, and that reflects the urgency that we have in this community. We have a lot of communities right here in St. Paul and right here in Ward 1 that have been very hard hit by the current recession. We have people such as many of those standing here today who are hardworking, capable people who are willing to work, trying to work, oftentimes begging to work, but because of the economy, nobody's hiring and just don't have those opportunities. I'm so proud to be standing here today with all of you, putting people on the road to success by doing exactly what we've set out to do, exactly what Mayor Coleman said we do as a city, and that's connecting people in our community, real people with real families, real lives, and real challenges with the opportunities that we're creating through building light rail and everything else that we'll be doing through creating unique opportunities for the training. I look forward to not just seeing what these group of men and people behind me are going to be doing for our city over the next few years, but I look forward to seeing what we'll all do next together. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. In keeping with the YWCA St. Paul's efforts in changing minds, bodies, and lives, we're very proud to be a part of this initiative and working with all of the partners that were mentioned before and moving this to the next level. We've all heard the negative disparity statistics related to African Americans and other people of color and their challenges for trying to get into the workforce. And through efforts like this, we want to make sure positive change is happening and we're moving in the right direction. This effort is to equip individuals here today with CDL training, which leads to Class B driver's license and employment options. And that's a key piece. It's not just getting the certification, it's getting a job. That's going to help you be able to raise a family, buy a home, pay your rent, eat, what have you, and be successful in a very positive way going forward in the future. The other part of this is that we are looking at, hopefully, all of this will turn into the individuals here that are going through the Class B process, that will have more to follow going after the Class B. But for those here right now, that the opportunity is there for them to go after the Class A, which is the next step. And that's the much larger rigs that you see back over there in the background and those going up and down the street. So that's another goal that we've got set for the individuals here. So again, this is a step going in the right direction. And what I'd like to do right now is thank our partners, Mayor Chris Coleman, Councilmember Melvin Carter III. City of St. Paul staff has been wonderful in terms of working with this. Public Works, Human Resource Department, everybody. Interstate Truck Driving School, who's been working with us to get the folks behind the wheel to work on actually taking the test to get their Class B driver's license. The YWCA staff and other partners in the community have stepped forward to recruit people and bringing us some really quality individuals that are working very hard at moving this forward. And one thing I just want to add real quick also is I just got through talking to Laurent. He said that we just had our first person pass their test, their CDL test, so they now have their Class B driver's license. We have 5 that are scheduled later on this week that will be taking it, and we have 17 or 20 out of our classes that are in the mode to get their permit for their Class B, and then we have another class that'll be starting next week as well. So we are moving this forward to attain that goal of 50. So that's a very exciting thing. The next thing, as you heard Luz talk about in terms of the other things that are going on and the opportunities that are out there, the next step that we have to do as a community, and that is to create the employment opportunities for not only the individuals that are here today, but for other people in our community. So let's continue to work together in a strong effort to make these things happen. Thank you very much.
You know, you've heard from quite a bit of our partners, but what I want you to hear is about someone who's gone through their program and what it means to them and how it's impacted their lives. With that in mind, I'll have Terry Sellers come up here and address you, and I think Joshua was going to come up and be a supportive hand as well.
I was excited about the program. LaRon turned me on to it. I was excited. I haven't had a job in 3 years. I've been doing some temp work, but not enough to pay rent and feed myself and take care of my children. So the opportunity to work for the City of St. Paul, get my CDLs, was a great idea. I think the people that put together this program did a great job. It's about time that we started doing some things for the minorities. St. Paul has took a great initiative on this. Maybe you should call over to Minneapolis and get him some heads up about. But it's a great program. I'm excited about it. I've passed 3 of the tests. Got 1 more to pass, and I'm ready to go to work and make some money to take care of myself and get me an apartment. Thank you.
I'm proud to be part of a group that can put a program like this together. A program that helps people who wish to be small business owners, gives them an opportunity to pursue their desire. The success stories for most all trucking companies are that the company began with just 1 owner and 1 truck, and then they grew from there. We have here today a success story. Japal Singh started with MBE in 2007, and his first full year of 2008, which was a very good year, his gross income was in excess of $120,000 with that truck, same truck that he's driving today. He is an independent businessman all to himself. A project such as the light rail provides an opportunity for those that want to duplicate what Japal has done, what he's achieved, with this program's training and guidance. It's a great opportunity for all those that wish to pursue it. I'm proud to be part of that program. Thank you.
With that, we conclude. Thank you.